Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Damon Campbell with HotNewHipHop.com here in Detroit for the 3rd annual Under the Influence of Music Tour with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
It's the one and only Shmop Obama, David Puffin, Kool John, coming out of Richmond, California, representing Shmop Life, HBK Gang, Bay Area. Yay!
Great to meet you, man. Definitely appreciate your time. Now, long before you were part of HBK, I understand it was all about the SON.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell us about that?
Shit, that was like, man, I was there like in the 7th grade, and my partner had that's like a funny that you knew that. My partner, Pierre, that was like the first rap group I was ever in.
Okay.
And he taught me how to rap and hella shit and all that shit. I was cussing and hella shit.
Yeah.
SON was an abbreviation for smoked out niggas.
Okay.
I was probably like 7th grade, I think. And he taught me how to rap, put me on like Bone Thugs and Hiring Me, hella Bay Area music and like Cash Money and shit. And he the reason why I really rap. Shout out to Pierre, my nigga Pierre out there.
Yeah, shout out
PD
to
Mac,
Pierre.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you know that? You did some real research. That's crazy right there.
Absolutely.
Straight up. I fuck with you for that.
Oh, thank you, man.
That's the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And nowadays, I understand he actually has a clothing line called Breaking Hearts, fittingly enough.
No, that's a different Pierre.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's a different Pierre. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that?
Pierre, that Pierre is my nigga, though. That's Breaking Hearts with the clothing line. But it's a different Pierre. He would like Livewire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He would Livewire. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And he rap and do his thing there. Just check him out, PD Mac.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you sell the majority of your Shmop Life gear through Filthy Dripped. And with that in mind, I interviewed G-Eazy last year, and he told me that one of the things that he's deathly afraid of is pigeons.
Yeah, I have a really intense phobia of pigeons. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of like bugs or spiders or none of the usual stuff people are afraid of. But pigeons just irk me, man. It's like flying rats. They flutter and they can always like, you never know which direction they're gonna go. They could just hate you.
So I imagine he hasn't spent much time at the Bart, because what's the deal with this one-legged pigeon?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one-legged pigeon.
Yeah.
I'm having high right now. That's hella funny. You did real research. One-legged pigeon from Central, man. This is one-legged pigeon from Central Richmond. This is from Richmond, is where I'm from. It's a small city in the Bay Area next to like Oakland and like San Francisco and shit. And that was a one-legged pigeon, bro. It's to live at the BART station and shit like that. That shit, I think that shit died too. Yeah, it died. Fly high. You know what I'm saying? One-legged pigeon from Central. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that one. If you used to go to the Richmond Bart, you used to see that one-legged pigeon. So,
And that was a pretty popular hangout spot back in the day?
Nah,
or at least like after school type thing?
Well, Del Nardi Bart was.
Yeah.
Del Nardi Bart, that's like a BART station that we used to go to, like, everybody used to go to, like, to transfer buses, but everybody from different schools would just meet up at this one BART station that was called Del Nardi BART Station, like, everybody from Richmond and shit like that, and it would just hella people be there, and it just be a cracking-ass BART station.
Yeah.
Yeah, from my whole high school, like, my high school years.
Yeah, and that is a bus station, or is it a train station, or?
It's like a BART train bus station and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of training, from what I understand, you actually used to be in like a dance crew as well called Main Event.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What do you remember from that?
Oh shit, man, that's like I was hella like during like the Bay Area hyphen movement. It was like hella dancing and turfing was like hella popular and shit like that, and I could dance and do my thing. I still be on stage, do my little Bernie and my little wiggle and my little chain swing and shit like that. But that was me and my friends. We always used to do that shit in high school. Like we used to dance at the rallies, get it turned up, fuck around, you know what I'm saying? And that was like my first like really like time that took me like hella places, like dancing and performing on big ass stages and shit.
Right.
Met hella people doing that shit. It was hella fun, you know what I'm saying?
And wasn't your cousin a dancer for like Justin Bieber and
yeah,
Britney
my cousin,
Spears?
hell yeah. My cousin, shout out to my boy John, my cousin John Boogie, you know what I'm saying? He I don't know. He just did some shit with J-Lo, I think. I think he was dancing with J-Lo. Yeah, he danced with J-Lo.
Active?
And she shouted him out on Instagram too.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's still active. He danced with the best. That's one of the best dancers I think in the world. You feel me? He danced with Justin Bieber. I mean, it really don't get no bigger than that. You feel me? So shit. You know what I'm saying? My cousin. So we got stars in our bloodline. You feel me?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
What was the Snowball there in Richmond?
Snowball is like a big like it's like a big like prom, I guess, for all high schools around in our county. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they all come together for a big ass like prom. So everybody from all the different schools that was in our district You know what I'm saying? They went to the big ass Snowball.
Okay.
That's second tight.
Yeah.
How you know that? Are you from the Bay?
No.
You not
Not from out here.
How you know that? How you know about the Snowball?
I just try to come prepared, man. But
That's tight. That's tight.
speaking of packed events, though, you're of course the originator of Schmops. How do those differ from functions, another popular term there in the Bay?
Well, the Schmop started in the house. You know what I'm saying? I guess I don't think any other party, you know what I'm saying, that turned out to be this big ever came from the inside the house. Like a lot of clubs, there's like blackballing us, you know what I'm saying? This is post hyphy movement. You know what I mean? When everything, like, you know, a lot of clubs were shut down and they weren't giving really, you know, black people chances to throw parties in the clubs, the best clubs, you feel me? So I just started throwing that shit at my house, you feel me? My mom got married and she moved away and she had this house that she left for us. And we just paid rent and then, you know, from there, I'm a college student, so I took full advantage of that shit, and I started throwing big ass parties like at my house. At this little, I was going to a junior college, but it was like the college in Richmond. You feel me? So a lot of people go there from all different schools that we all know each other from. So everybody from different schools go to one school, so it's like a big ass college. You feel me? And I used to just throw big ass parties at my house, and everybody used to come. It was popping. I used to DJ that shit, man. Let me tell you how I used to DJ this shit. I used to DJ this shit like, nigga, I had a DVD player, my nigga, hooked up to some house speakers with red wires, my nigga. And I used to make like 3 CDs, you feel me? And they used to be all like party CDs, whatever like that. Okay. And I used to switch it with the change of the button. With the 4 buttons. That's how I DJ the parties. But I had every song was a slapper. Each song was a slapper. Slapper.
Gotta be.
It had to be because I had no mixing. I had no help with back and forward. So once I went forward, I would press it at the height of a song when it's like the best part of the song, and I switched to another song that's just a great song right after it. So it just popped up, and then like Sue and them, they was all doing their music and stuff, and I used to play their music through the Shmop Fest. That's how I started like popularizing people, because a lot of people started coming to the party. So it outgrew my house, and I took it to like an abandoned bank vault before. Then I took it to this backyard like house. We called it like a tree house. It was hella big. I then took it like to Broadway. We shut down the whole Broadway. Nigga, the whole Broadway, San Francisco Broadway was looking like Vegas. My nigga, off of Shmop Fest.
Crazy.
And the Shmop Fest is what I call my parties and shit like that.
So you were never able to get like DJ Gary to DJ any of them? Like, is he pretty important out there in Richmond?
Yeah, DJ Gary, he's like a legendary like DJ in the Riches. Like if he was like, it wasn't really a cracking party if DJ Gary wasn't like DJing your party, basically. So he was DJing hella house parties. Hella house parties was big in Richmond, you feel me? So and then like little hall parties and shit like that. So if DJ Gary was there DJing, you know that it was gonna be turned up. He had all the clap, you feel me? So he had all the parties turned up and shit.
And even before Schmops, I understand you had some history organizing events like a basketball tournament, for example. Like, what was that about?
Yeah, that's hella crazy that you know that shit. That's hella crazy. That's like some Nardwar shit. That's hella crazy, like how you know that shit. Damn.
What was that about?
Shit, like nigga, shit, like. When I was at school, my first year at this school, I transferred from Kennedy High School, which was in Richmond, to the other school in like Richmond. That was kind of in the hills near Hilltop and Elsa Brownie. And fucking like nigga, like it was like at Kennedy they had little March Madness tournament, whatever like that. That I thought it was just hella tight. With that guy, they would just set up 3-on-3 tournaments and doing lunchtime at school. Because it was like nothing for people to do during lunchtime, so they set up a 3-on-3 tournament and people would play basketball and you bragging rights and everything like that. So what I did, it was just like hella boring through lunchtime, and I went to the principal and I told him, I was like, man, we should let me organize a little March Madness for the school at lunchtime, whatever like that, because everybody doing here, everybody it was just bad at lunchtime. It was just fighting, or it was just madness at the school. So I was like, let me just organize a 3-on-3 tournament. Man, I organized that shit, bro. It was smacking, bro. It was more packed than an actual basketball game.
Wow.
So I always had a passion of bringing people together and like throwing events and shit like that. Like, I always had a passion for hosting events and throwing parties and shit like that. So I've been doing that shit for hella long. But like, I fucking did that shit, organized. It was just packed. It was packed like more than our high school basketball games.
Crazy.
And it was crazy energy in there. I got the football coach to bring his speaker in to play music. So we'll be playing music during the game, doing like the little 3-on-3 tournaments, and that shit just be like mainly, man. And then like then a lot of people started betting, and then the principal saw it, and then they just like they canceled it after the championship game because it was people on the floor throwing money on the game and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it was just huge, and everybody would be there at lunchtime, and it was crazy.
I'm surprised you didn't ask Coach Carter for any assistance, because don't you actually know him?
Yeah, I do actually.
How so?
I mean, he used to own this little he used to own this little shopping center down the street from my house. From my house, there's this main street called McDonald in Richmond, and his shit was primetime sports, and he had primetime cuts and shit like that. It was all in this little shopping mart, whatever, and we used to always just go in there, and we was like, man, he never had no name brand shit, because we used to always be in there talking to him and shit like that. But he used to make jerseys and print jerseys and provide headbands and just fucking material for uniforms, basketball uniforms for schools and shit like that. And then we used to come in there to look for some Nike and shit. We was like, man, where the Nike at? Man, I ain't got no Nike. He was like, you ain't got no name brand shit like that. We didn't name brand. We was little. We didn't name brand shit. We knew his son Damien. We went to hella games, and my brother actually played for him too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Small world.
Richmond High, my brother played for him, so that was cool. And we knew all the players and shit like that. We knew his son Damien and all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, Coach Carter wasn't the only movie to come out of Richmond, because wasn't there a local version of Girls Gone Wild floating around back in the day as well?
It was Richmond Gone Wild. Was it Richmond Gone Wild? Yeah, I think it is Richmond Gone. I'm loaded right now. I think it's Richmond Gone Wild.
Okay.
I think it is. Yeah, that's crazy. DJ Gary made that. And it was hella popular over Richmond. That's just hella crazy. That's just hella crazy that you know that. You really did some motherfucking research.
Thanks,
How you do so
man.
much research?
I just
How you find that shit?
Just try to do my job, man. Did you ever get your hands on a copy though, or did you ever get your hands on a copy?
I did have one back in the day. I did have that shit, and then I lost that shit. Going to different houses and shit.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Well, thank you so much for your time, man. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you for you doing your research, man. That's
Absolutely.
hella good, man. You know a lot of shit from back in the day, man.
Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You, man.
Appreciate it. Best wishes with everything coming your way.
Thank you, man.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people out there watching?
Get Shmop City. You know what I'm saying? It's on iTunes. It's on Hot New Hip Hop, too. You know what I'm saying? We out here getting it in, living every day like a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to HBK Gang, Shmop Life, you know what I'm saying? Go to shmoplife.com, get some Shmop Life gear. Shout out Pink Dolphin, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Daniel. Shout out to you, man. We out here, man.
There you have it. Once again, I'm Damon Campbell, and this is Kool John. Thanks for watching.